Hi Jazzy, today is not Monday, it is Tuesday. This is just gonna be a conversation or like a retelling of story. I've filmed this literally like 3 times already. Maybe if I keep talking, it's just gonna get faster, but the fact that I'm rambling right now means that it's not. Am I going to film this without planning despite your last great video? Yes. Am I gonna do it with minimal editing? Yes. Am I going to be filming this about 2 hours before midnight? Yes. Today's video is about my orientation day. Given that you texted me a lot about how your orientation day went, I wanted to let you know how mine went. Aside from the intoxication, the story that led to the intoxication later that day, which was yesterday. So, I had my first session at 10. Went on the bus, no problem, barely catches it, but that's classic Hannah. Was nervous, well, not nervous, but I was jittery. I was like, how do I make friends? What do I say? What is it going to be like? Got there. Luckily, I've been to Flinders before from the Lunar New Year with the Chinese and Vietnamese Student Association, so at least I was like, I'm not going to be lost. Walk in, immediately know that there was a lot of first year students, but somehow I couldn't be like Jazzy, and I couldn't just go to somebody and was like, hello, how are you? You first year as well, or something like that. Couldn't do that. But there were a lot of stalls and clubs, and somehow I felt it was easier to talk to them because they were staffs, year 3 or year 2 students who were there to talk to you, right? Like, that's their personality, that's their goal. So it was a bit easier. And also, I was just good at asking questions. I don't know where I pick it up. I don't know why I'm good at it. It's just something that I realized in the past few years. Maybe it starts when you pull Mr. Kelly in to talk and then didn't ask questions, so I have to do the question asking. Anyway, so I don't remember how many stores I went through, but I do remember judo club from Flinders because I did judo in UWA, and then my coach was like, you have to do it at Flinders. Met this coach named Peter, and so had a good chat. Went to that exhibition of art club, went to the queer club, many things. Then I was 11, which was the education introduction undergraduate session, where we sort of sit down as a whole department slash colleague and read all of our lecturers and also just know like the rough numbers of anybody who's doing that degree. From that, I mean, at the start, it was Dr. Chui and Josh who led the introduction, and it was incredible. It was like Mr. Michael Morgan all through it again. Like, they get you fired up. I love the confidence of like, this degree is as good as any other degree. They walk in and they were like, you are here because you're meant to be here. You are continuing the tradition of teaching on this land that has been going on for 60,000 years. You are on the land of Gawa, and you are going to be continuing something that is very important. And I was just like, I sort of walk in here going like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Walk out, I was like, you know what? I want to do this. Anyhow, then we split into smaller groups. So we had primary, secondary, postgrad. Before that, I was sitting next to this guy and we did this random icebreaker, very short, and I can't remember his name, kind of cute, kind of cool, kind of bubbly, and he did the inclusive primary study or something like that. Anyway, so because we split up, I was like, I had a chat with him, small chats, but then we had to say goodbye. So I was just like, I lost my first contact. I don't know what to do. So as it is, first level is primary, second level was secondary, third level was postgrad. So I was walking from first level up to second level, and there's these 2 guys walking in front of me. And then I was just like, out of desperation, I guess, I was like, who's going to second level? Is anybody going to second level? And these 2 guys turn around, they were like, yeah, we are. And then I did this like random small chats of like obvious things, like, oh, I really hope I'm not lost, and they chuckle and things like that. We walked in, the lecturers was like, oh yeah, sit down guys, take a seat, wait a minute. The back of my brain genuinely was like, ooh, maybe I should take an empty seat. Then I sort of turn around and I saw sort of these two guys are kind of going towards the same table. I bet in their head they were like, I don't know if we should sit together. But I approached that table and I was like, hey, it's all right if I sit down. So all three of us sat down, and then people start rolling in, and then two more boys sit down, and that was the whole table. And immediately I was like, yo, I'm the only girl. Somehow there was some sort of satisfaction with the fact that I'm the only girl. Just like, I don't know, I've never been a girl, like a boy's girl, you know? Like you have, like you were a tomboy. I was tomboy, but I've always been playing with girls and boys. So sitting in a table full of boys was like super cool. Anyway, I was having a chat with the first two guys. Could immediately tell they were kind of shy. And then, so the one of the guy name is Xavier, and the other guy name is Joey. And then Seb came in, and then Jack came in. So 1, 2, 3, 4 boys, me, table full of 5. We have a chat. I mean, I lead conversations immediately. All the questions that you need to ask, like, what's your name? What degree do you do? What majors do you do? What made you like want to do education? The funny thing is, once the PowerPoint starts and there's the icebreaker, all the questions that they want us to ask to get to know each other, I've already asked and I've already got all the answers, and we were already chatting. So immediately there was this sort of like friendship group, I guess. And we went down to lunch, and obviously because we sat together, we had a chat together, we stuck together, which is really nice. I mean, I did branch out and I talked to 2 girls from psychology, but then nobody talked to me. I didn't talk to anybody, so I was just like, oh my god, I better find the people that I just sat with. So I went around and I found Joey, Xavier, and Seb sitting together in the sun, like outside in straight sun, and I was just like, yo, I'm already tanned, I am near burnt, I don't want to sit like that anyway. So I was like, hey, should we sit on the shade, blah blah. So they were walking trying to find shade, and I saw this girl sitting alone. And look, let's be real, like I'm doing good, I'm on a roll right now. So I just like, hey, are you saving this for a group, like, or are you waiting for a friend? And she's like, no, I'm just sitting here alone. And I was like, perfect, could we sit with you? She said yes, and then we all sat down. So I got a new one. This girl named Maddie, and we chat again. She does inclusive education secondary, I think so. So then it was small chats, big chats, I guess, really getting to know each other on the like surface level. Jack and I talk about sport for a bit. We talk about Xavier, talk about books. Should I go through like the different people and their interests, or nah, maybe I shouldn't. Anyhow, and so people start standing up and slowly going, and it was just Xavier and Maddie left. There, it was already 2. It was the end of the lunch session, but there was a mix and mingle from 3 to 5. So I was like, I'm staying back for the mix and mingle if you guys want to join me. Maddie was like, yeah, no, I have to go home, prepare for work and things like that. So we walked towards the like events things, and Maddie went home. But Xavier was like, he lives right by the university, so he was like, I can stay, I can mix and mingle with you. So we just walk around, and we sat down in the beanbags and start chatting. The thing was that he is not a sociable guy. He was just like, let's just check out what the education thing is and then go home. This guy is into classic books and watching movies and analyzing them. Like, there's a trend, there's a type. I meet you at Dimmicks over the classic book section. So the fact that I heard classic books and then wine, I was like, immediately, this one's my friend, man. Like, I already vibe with you. So we talk and we have a chat, and he likes philosophy. He's really trying to get into philosophy. So it was really interesting to hear him talk. And then the mix and mingle happened, so I sort of drag him around, and I also initiate the alcohol. I was like, okay, I'll buy the first round, and then you buy the second round. So I bought him beer, and then I drag him to a group of 5, and I was like, hey, is it all right if we join you? Then we play these icebreakers, these little games that allow us to like really talk to different people. And so I met another group when we swapped groups. Xavier won the voucher of one of the game, which was super cool. He bought me a second round of Shiraz. at this point, Shiraz, in fact, the beer was nice. It was like a warm up. The Shiraz hit me hard because I knew wine was going to hit me hard. Didn't realize it was going to hit me that hard. We were really getting bubbly already. So then my second group joined, sort of me and Xavier. And then we just start chatting, know about each other. Now again, I know now people from different degrees, which is super cool. Then I was like, Xavier, are you ending? And he was like, well, like two glass of wines is, you know, respectable, right? And I was like, yeah, but we can go beyond respectable. So he's like, okay, if you want to. So then I was like, yeah, okay, I'll buy the third round and you end it with the fourth round. So we went to buy Sauvignon Blanc. At this point, I mean, I was tipsy. Xavier was definitely tipsy. And that was when he was like, look, Hannah, thanks to Hannah, this is how I start chatting with you guys. And then the groups just keep getting bigger and bigger because people start to leave, but some of us still stay, and so they just naturally like navigate towards the group that is the biggest. So then our group just keep getting bigger and bigger, and we were adding each other on Instagram. Xavier ended up getting me my last beer, and then I was like, okay, I'll go home and make a huge big group chat. So it went from me being nervous to me being in my element to me being like, I've made some friends. I hope I'm gonna keep in contact with this Xavier guy because he's like really nice, but also like with all the other people. Tomorrow is the like after party of orientation. Mom said no alcohol, so I'm gonna see how I go, but it's fun so far. Still miss Perth a bit, but now that I know people, I'm feeling a bit more settled in Adelaide and Flinders. That's it for today, I guess. I promise you there's better things coming once I like actually have a schedule of doing things properly. And to compensate, here's a funny video of me on Monday and some good photos. I'll see you on Friday, Jessie. Or if it's not Friday, I forgive you. Hi, Jazzy. Today's Monday. Probably the last video I'm gonna film you, and then I'll edit things from Tuesday or something. But because, as you know, I'm way too intoxicated. But look what Mom got me. I don't even watch Breakfast Club. Look, it's Breakfast Club. Look, I'm a ghost. I'm XXXL. Okay.